how has life been, you know, for you and your fiance?
It's been obviously the last 7 years have been an absolute nightmare. You know, it was, you know, without going too deep, it's been horrific. I mean, to use any other term would be dishonest.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Do you think that openly gay black men get the same grace as openly gay white men?
Whew. I do not believe that black men get the same grace as white men in general. I think that you add the sexuality aspect on top of that. No, I do not. But I also think, with that said, I also think that we have to look at the way that narratives are framed, the way that narratives are created, and we have to look at the reason why those narratives are created. And we're of a time now, unfortunately, that it's sort of fast food nation. You know, it doesn't have to, we don't actually have to read fully or do the full research. We don't have to, even down to, you know, you get into an argument with your mate. Well, you don't have to like do the work to be a raggedy human being and like go get showered and go to a club and meet somebody and do the deed and do all the dirt. No, you can just jump on an app. So it's given, we're not reading full articles or research or anything like that. We're reading headlines. And then we're drawing a conclusion from that. And then the narrative is based on that. And then it's easier for the people who are lying and placing those narratives in front of us to continue the lie.
Yeah.
And so what I've seen is, you know, I just understand the world in a completely different way now.
Yeah.
And I question everything now, brother. I mean, I question probably to a fault, where I have to like check myself sometimes and be like, no, that motherfucker crazy and he did that shit. But I find myself questioning everything now because I don't understand, or I do understand, but I didn't understand as well as I thought I did prior to this, the way that people take a narrative that is a lie and they'll sprinkle it with the truth to make it easier for our people to digest. And the easiest thing to do is to, I remember when we were in the thick of everything, and I remember my mother told me, she said, amongst so many incredible things, she told me, she said, you know, they talk about you like you don't belong to somebody. And she said, you belong to somebody. You belong to me. You belong to God. And she said, what's the easiest way to make your work null and void? They make you the enemy of the people that work is with and for. And so they have to start with the community that you exist the deepest in. So start to alienate you from the Black community, start to alienate you from the queer community so that you have nobody left. So that everybody is they've created such a muck and so much dirt on you that nobody is there any longer to defend you or even bother to even talk about you or even sometimes talk to you because your whole situation is just too much.
Yeah.
And I think that it's just to drown out the truth long enough so that it doesn't even matter anymore.
A large part of this is educational.
Sure.
Because who would have thought an openly gay man and an openly straight man is having conversations of respect?
Yeah, but I think though that's the thing. I have those conversations all the time. All of my brothers, straight as an arrow. But we talk about my relationships and their relationships in the same breath because it's the same thing. You know what I mean? I think that the most difficult and detrimental thing to me has been, one of my main goals was to unite heterosexual Black men and queer Black men, because I think that all too often we have this tendency to treat our blackness as if it is the conglomerate and everything else is just a subsidiary, when in actuality, we are black. So what an incredible thing for us to be able to sit across from each other and share our black experience. Your black experience doesn't look exactly like mine, but it's still your black experience, and mine is still my black experience. So it's like, I lead with that. I am for, number one, I am for the freedom of black people. That is what I will always be for, unapologetically. I'm for the freedom of everybody, of course, but I am a black man. My mother is a black woman. My fiance is a black man. My children will be black. So my nieces, my nephews, my siblings, we are black. So yes, that is why I'm for the freedom and the liberation of black people. And that does not always rub well with people that don't see the importance in that.